We're live here at HCIC in Austin, Texas.
Podcasters are today's influencers, so you included.
I'm no influencer. Being a little bit modest. He's modest, guys. You're not deliberately being a competitor. You're just better at it. We're here live at HCIC in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas, home of barbecue. I had a lot this week. I don't know about you, Andy, but I am here with a good friend, dear colleague, and someone I consider really like one of the thought leaders around consumerism and healthcare. That's my good friend, Andy Chang. Andy, do you want to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Andy Chang, and I am the current Chief Marketing Officer for UChicago Medicine in Chicago, Illinois.
Working at an academic medical center.
Academic medical center.
That is crazy because you've also had experience in retail health.
Yeah.
And before then, you were at
Piedmont, Atlanta.
So you kind of understand a lot of this industry and how things are going. And moreover, I think I kind of consider you as sort of like the expert on consumerism, right?
Wow.
And I kind of do. I mean, I've looked to you and gotten guidance from you about some of the things that we need to pay attention to as when that evil C word comes up, right? Consumerism.
Yeah, that one. That's right.
But so, and I'm hearing a lot from people all around here about how consumerism is so important, but it also has caused this shift in loyalty.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yep. So there is a famous Harvard Business Review article written by the former CEO of Procter & Gamble that was sent to me by Matt Gove, who is the person that hired me into healthcare, and I'm pretty sure he'll be on your show as well, where they talk about, is it loyalty or is it a habit? So when you bought your iPhone and you were getting the next generation, that was at a 16, 15, what'd you get?
That's a 16.
16, of course, right?
Yeah.
Did you research and debate and read all the reviews online whether you should be getting the next Apple versus a Android versus like a, like Google phone?
It's an upgrade. Yeah, I wanted the new one.
How about when you purchased, dishwashing detergent or when your family buys, laundry machine detergent? Do you guys research this every single time you buy it? Are you like going on?
I'm getting your point here.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't research that because it's a brand that I've used and I know.
So is that loyalty or is that a habit? That's the question.
That's a really good question.
And it's something that has been really driving me for a very long time because I actually come from the loyalty marketing industry. I ran the frequent flyer program for an airline at Airtrain Airways, and then worked in loyalty for Southwest, and it was what is my dream job. I loved the airlines. I loved frequent flyer programs. But at the end of the day, we're creating habits.
Yeah.
And it's not because people I know I have a choice, but I have to be loyal to, in Apple, I have to be loyal to whatever. And they don't think about it. It's a habit. And so the consumerism topic is, as it relates to loyalty, it's like if we do a good job with consumerism, the people are going to love us so much that we'll become loyal. It's not exactly how it works. If we do a good job by building an experience that has no friction, is truly seamless, omni-channel engagement, then it becomes so easy that booking your next appointment becomes a habit.
Yeah. You just said something that reminded me of one of the first books I read when I was in this space, and it's a really old book about websites called Don't Make Me Think.
Yeah, that's
right.
Great.
Because I think that's really what it's about right here, right? And so if you combine those elements that you just described, that sounds to me like you're redefining what consumerism traditionally is, right? You're right. I've read a lot of articles and they talk about loyalty and they talk about various different things. Obviously, ease of use and reducing the friction and all those really, really important things. But developing a habit was never mentioned before. That's interesting.
That's what it comes down to.
There's a third leg of the stool of consumerism, though, which is access.
Yep.
In our space. That's a big problem.
It's a problem.
So how do we rest with that? Because if you don't have access, then all bets are off.
That's exactly right. That is a much bigger problem than what marketing alone can solve.
Yeah.
If you're going to build a really seamless experience for people to come and book appointments or get their care with you, you better have product availability, service availability, etc. Right. And that is not always determined by marketing. I wish it was, but it's not.
Well, how can we play a role in that? Because I think that there is an important role there where we can identify to them,
Yeah.
right, that we
That's absolutely right.
look like we're getting a lot of people coming to our site looking for primary care doctors or whatever it might be.
Yep.
How do you see that work? How do you see what is our role with that third leg?
Yep. So the marketing professional's role is to use the data that we have available to us
Yeah.
to only sell the appointments or show the appointments that have availability. So again, going back to when I was in the airlines, we had dynamic pricing based on supply and demand, but you really wanted to only show or sell the seats that were open or planes that were not full at all with some of our load factors. From a marketing standpoint, we should be treating it the same way. We should be promoting the physicians and the providers that have the availability, not the ones that don't.
Right.
Because we have the data to do this dynamically now,
Yeah.
we should be prioritizing the seats that we have in the short term over the seats that we don't have. And guess what? In this whole battle of template utilization and standardization, and I mean also people are wanting marketing, one of the roles that we're setting up at UChicago Medicine is if you're not on online scheduling, if you don't have access, you don't get marketing. And why would we? You're busy. You're doing great. The last thing we need is to create a poor customer experience or people are then shopping around for doctors, therefore not creating a habit and creating a habit the other way, actually.
Wow. That's pretty powerful. That's really taking.
Can I drop this mic?
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I mean, that's a powerful thing. And I mean, I could honestly, I could imagine how that resonated in the halls of some organizations, but it makes complete sense. Amazon doesn't surface up products that are not available.
That's right.
They surface up the products that are available.
That's right.
You should do that on your Find a Doctor.
That's right.
Totally makes sense. And see, again, this is why you blow my mind. This is why he's the consumerism guy. I mean, this is great. And
I learn from people like you. I listen to your podcasts. I read everything that people produce. And
yeah, well, but you also walk the walk. And that's the thing. Yeah, and that's really great. Andy, thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And helping us, kind of blowing our minds a little bit.
As always. I'm here to help. Thank you so much.